Alright, welcome to my playthrough of Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. I am very familiar with this game. I was 9 years old when the original Link's Awakening came out for the Game Boy. I played that version before, and I've also played the version for the Game Boy Color, the DX version. I love this game. When I saw the trailer for it for the first time, I was super excited to see this game get a remake because I definitely think it deserved it. It's a very unique art style they went with. A lot of people didn't like it. I did. It's like reminds me of a little kid's diorama where the little action figures moving around. It's very different, very unique, and it's very cool to me. So definitely enjoyed the art style when I saw it to begin with, and playing through, nothing changed. If anything, I loved it even more. So let's get to playing. Of course, the first thing you get, and you'll notice when you play through this game, is you get a Hylian shield. I don't think the original version was a Hylian shield. I don't even think you can tell what kind of shield it was. So, like that, nice touch. Ah, there's my buddy Chain Chomp. I can't wait till later on when I get to take him with me. That's my favorite part of this game, I've got to say. So staying true to the original game, this remake has the sword in the same location that it was in the original. And if I'm not mistaken, the owl should stop by and talk to me. Yep, there he is. Now that I got my sword, the adventuring can begin. I'm gonna head back to Maybe Village and do what I always have done in this game. I would farm rupees at the trendy game to buy the shovel, the bow and arrow, and the bombs when they become available. Hopefully nothing's changed there, and I gotta get the magic powder, so off we go. So if nothing's changed, let me go up this hill, chop down the bush, and jump down the well, and there should be a heart container piece waiting for me. Okay, so I'm going to come over to this grassy area over here and cut the bushes and the grass down and gather some rupees. Oh yeah, secret seashell, forgot about that. Definitely seems like there's a lot more in this game than the original, but we'll get to that later. So I'm going to try to gather about 30 rupees or somewhere in that range to play the trendy game, so if I miss or whatnot, I can play again and start getting enough rupees to get the shovel and the bow and arrow. I have to get 1200 rupees, so this is going to take a little while, so I'm going to definitely use some acceleration in the video to get through that part. Oh, so that's how the grass regenerates. You gotta walk far enough away from the area. It's kind of like the same as the original game, but you went frame by frame in the original game, so... Well, I already knew that the trendy game was gonna be different after seeing some of the online videos before the game came out, so I'm not really surprised to see that it's totally different from the original, which actually might make it easier, especially the fact that some of this stuff just sits there stationary. The two items that are on the back row, there's a shield. I'm not sure. Where would you lose the shield at in this game? Because I don't ever remember needing to get one. And then just a red rupee. Ooh, a purple rupee. And we got a heart container and the Yoshi doll, so let's get those. Lord have mercy, I've done dropped that heart container twice now. Yeah, they definitely gave it a real world claw machine physics to it, as in stuff can just fall out. Great, this should be fun. Well, good to know going out of the trendy game and then coming back in resets everything, so let's give this another try. So once you get that quarter heart container, go back out and come back in. A secret seashell replaces it. Let's go ahead and get that. So you have to grab the Yoshi doll to actually be able to progress in certain areas of this game with the trading sequence that's involved. You'll see as we go along what you gotta exchange for what. Alright, this should be enough rupees to get what I need. Nice to see they raised the rupee limit higher than what it was in the original game, because I can't tell you how many times when I was playing this, once I progressed along in the game, I'd find a treasure chest and have 100 rupees or 200 rupees, and I was already maxed out, which, like, it really was painful to open that up and it'd be in there, and then I would get them, but I'd lose them at the same time, because unlike in games now, where if you open a treasure chest and you can't hold that much, it wouldn't say, well, your wallet's full, and close the treasure chest back up. But nice feature they added. So let's go buy the shovel and the bow and arrow. Sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. I just love to cut the grass in the bushes. Oh yeah, I forgot about the heart container that's in here that's for sale. That's 200 rupees. I'm glad I got a bunch of extra. So we'll pick that up and have to go back out and come back in to make the bow and arrow show up after I buy the shovel. Well, I'm guessing they changed things up. Normally after you buy the bow and arrow and come back out and go back in, the bombs would be for sale, but I do not see them. I did not want to double back to the tail cave, but I guess I will when they become for sale, because they're not here. So let's go fishing. I know there's at least one quarter heart container to be had by fishing, normally catching one of the really large fish. At least that's what it was in the original Link's Awakening. Is that a bottle down there? Yeah, I think that's a bottle. That'll be fun to catch. Yeah, right. And anyways, let's go fishing. Alright, walking away with 2 quarter heart containers and a bottle for whatever. Maybe they put fairies in the game, who knows. But I guess it's time to go get the tail key. I don't have the magic powder that I need, and there's one other way that I remember to get it. I have to get a toadstool and take it to the witch, because they changed up the trendy game. Normally the trendy game you just get the magic powder from there, but it's not there, so let's go do that. And there's the toadstool. Let's pick it up and take it to the witch. Kinda seems obvious there's something in the middle of this square of flowers, so let's break out the shovel, and it's a secret seashell. Awesome. Now that we have the magic powder, let's head back to the forest and find the raccoon and sprinkle it on him and see what happens next. So basically, until you sprinkle the magic powder on the raccoon here, which is actually Terran, you would get kind of a Lost Woods effect. And if you head past him, you would end up on another part of the woods. Instead, you have to sprinkle the powder on him, he turns back to normal, and then you can access the tail key treasure chest.
Yeah.
Alright, got the tail key, time to head to the dungeon. And now that we got Rock's Feather, you can jump. Which is one of the fun things you get to do in this game. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this adventure. I knocked out the first dungeon. Join me for part 2, where I'm gonna knock out the second dungeon, probably do a little bit more adventuring, maybe, who knows. And until that video, I'll catch you later.